Okay, here we are, in the majestic Rome.
How beautiful! Look at the Colosseum. Oh, for all the gods, such an iconic monument. Too bad that it hasn't a bit of shadow where to rest. It's so hot in here.
I know. Sometimes I think that Italy is just all about beauty and no practicality.
Oh, my beloved daughter Minerva. How it hurts me to hear you say that Italy is just mere beauty. I thought I taught you better. But tell me, where have you been all this time? I haven't seen you in ages. Oh, how I missed you, my Minerva.
Who's this? And who's Minerva?
Excuse me, sir. Are you talking to us?
You grew to be so funny, Minerva. Of course I'm talking to you. You could be an actress. Remind me to introduce you to Bacco later. He might get you a part in something.
Sir, I believe there has been a misunderstanding. I'm not Minerva. I'm Athena, goddess of wisdom. And this is Iris, messenger of the gods.
Yes, I am. And you are?
Me? But I'm Jove, god of the sky and thunder, king of all gods and protector of the Roman Empire.
Is he Zeus?
No.
Okay, then. Is he crazy?
So, let me understand something. You claim to be the goddess of wisdom, just like my Minerva, but you are not my daughter. I'm confused.
Minerva. But of course! Oh, my dear Jove, I see why you're confused. But we are not from here. We come from Greece. We are goddesses there. And apparently your daughter is the Roman version of me.
So you are not my daughter, but my daughter in Greece.
I don't get it.
Something like that, yes. You see, we have lots of things in common. For example, in Greece, the god of thunder and sky is called Zeus, and he is my father.
Oh, I get it. Well then, I apologize for the misunderstanding. May I ask you, what are you two beautiful ladies doing here in Italy?
Now that he knows you are not his daughter, he flirts. Are you sure he's not Zeus?
He is the Italian Zeus. Jove, will you stop now, Iris?
Okay, I'm sorry. Of course you may ask, kind sir. We're traveling the world to see if there is a perfect country, and if not, we want to put together all the positive aspects of each country and create a new one, a perfect one, the Utopia.
Would you be so kind to show us around? We want to discover as much as possible about this unquestionably beautiful country.
It would be my pleasure. Do you want to know something incredible?
Oh yes, please.
We are standing on one of the 7 hills of Rome, more precisely, the Palatino, where this great city was first founded by Romolo.
Wow, how fascinating.
So, was Romolo the first king of Rome?
Yes, he was, but this title didn't come easily for him. You know, he had a twin brother, Remo, and they were both abandoned as newborns on the River Tevere, under the orders of their uncle, who was the illegitimate king of Alba Longa. In fact, he was afraid the two twins were going to revenge their father's right to be king and take the throne back. So, he got rid of them.
Oh my, that is awful.
Yes, rumor has it that they were later found by a she-wolf who nurtured them up until a shepherd adopted them.
What?
Iris.
As they grew older, they wanted to avenge their right to the throne, so they killed their uncle and decided to found a new, powerful empire. But of course, only one could be king, and they also wanted to build the city on 2 different hills. So, to decide fairly, they both went on top of their hills and looked up the sky for birds to pass by. Remo saw 6 birds flying over him, and Romolo saw 12. So the city had to be built on Romolo's hill. So he started to draw the borders and claimed that whoever crossed those borders without his permission would be killed. But Remo wanted to challenge him, because of course he was still upset for his loss. So he crossed the line and said that if he could easily do it, so could everyone, and that the city was not safe at all. Romolo got mad. He couldn't take his brother's nub, so he kept faith to his word and killed his brother. Fascinating, right?
So you're telling us that Rome was built on a fratricide?
Well, that's not very flattering.
We don't really know what truly happened. This is just a myth. But people believe in it. That is why the she-wolf, who saved the twins, became the symbol of Rome. Without her, we probably would have never had Rome. Can you think about it? Inconceivable.
Well, at least that would have spared me from losing a battle, and the Greek Empire would have lasted so much more. Who knows what else we could have done?
Yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, would you like to keep this conversation going in front of a nice glass of wine?
Oh, yes. I'd love some wine. That is such a good idea.
Iris, please, remember, we are working. I don't want you to exaggerate with wine as you always do.
Don't worry about it.
All right. We'd love to, Geoff, but you have to tell us a bit more about your country.
Deal. Follow me. It's also 6:30 p.m. Perfect timing for a good aperitivo.
What is that? Aperitivo, you said?
Oh yes, aperitivo is a fundamental part of social life here in Italy. People of all ages go to bars at 6:37 p.m. to have a little drink and a little snack in company before dinner. They do that to unwind after a long day of work and to catch up with friends, and then they go back home to have dinner with their family.
How nice. I love Italy already. Can we have this aperitivo in the Utopia?
I don't see why not. So, Geoff, what can you tell us about your homeland?
Sure I will. Only if you share something first too.
I know. Tell him why Athena is called Athena.
Wait, why are you named Athena?
No. The capital. Such a funny story.
Well, don't say that to Poseidon, but yes, I will. So, when Kekropas was king of Athens...
He was half snake, half man.
Really?
Yes, but Iris, keep quiet if you please.
Sorry.
So, when King Kekropas was reigning Athens, as I was saying, the gods were each choosing one city to protect. Sometimes, though, they wanted the same one. That is what happened for the city of Argos and Athens. Athens didn't have that name yet, of course. The name was Aktiki, which means shore in Greek. So me and Poseidon were fighting for this city, and we decided that Kekropas would choose the god that would offer the most valuable gift to it. Poseidon, being the god of the sea, offered a new lake that had salty water though. I offered an olive tree that produced instantly olives. Of course, Kekropas chose my gift, and the city took my name, Athens, from Athena. Since then, olive trees filled Greece, and the tree came to mean peace, happiness, and prosperity for its people.
This is quite a beautiful story.
So now it's your turn, Jov. Enlighten us.
Well, I could tell you many things. I mean, Italy also had a very long and tormented history. We came around very early on, and the Roman Empire was one of the greatest and biggest empires of all time. But I have to admit, after its fall, Italy never really got back to that powerful position.
Well, Greece too.
But, on the other hand, we kept our culture grow more and more. Italy is the homeland of numerous artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Raffaello, Michelangelo, Giotto, and Caravaggio, just to name a few. We always liked art and beauty, and we take great pride in it. That is something all Italians share. The passion for art and being proud of being from such a country. Maybe it's one of the few things that each person in Italy feels, because you have to know that even if Italy is a small country, we have all kinds of tradition here, and they change from place to place. Sometimes, people who live in the north don't know about some tradition that are important in the south, and vice versa.
Really?
Oh yes. For example, there's this holiday, the 13th of December, which is called Santa Lucia. The name of it comes from the fact that the 13th of December is the day dedicated to Saint Lucy. In fact, here in Italy, each and every day is dedicated to one or more saints.
How amazing!
As I was saying, this holiday is very important and extremely popular mostly, if not almost exclusively, in the northern regions. It comes from a legend, or better, the story of Lucia's life, who later became a saint. Legend has it that Lucia, who lived in Syracuse, Sicily, became a martyr after having declared her faith in God and Jesus. And as a consequence, she was tortured and her eyes were took out of her skull.
Wow, no, this is too graphic.
Quiet, Harris. Please, my dear Jove, continue.
Actually, there are two versions of it. One says that she took her eyes out herself, and the other claims that someone else did it. Anyways, this story created a few new traditions. In fact, in Sicily, they honor that day with great celebrations and prayers, but in the north, St. Lucy has become a sort of Santa Claus. Even more important, actually. In fact, kids write letters to her, listing toys and sweets that they would like to receive, and then they hang the letter on the outside door. But before St. Lucy comes to pick it up, she flies around to see how children are behaving, and to let them know she's watching them, she rings a bell. Then, a few nights before the 13th, she takes the letters, and the 13th, she brings the toys and sweets to the children. Also, rumor says that she was never seen by a child, because if a kid sees her, she will have to throw ashes in their eyes and blind them forever. But other than that, she is really beloved. Also, she has a donkey who helps her tow the wagon with all the toys, and to thank this little helper of hers, the children leave outside the door some milk, carrots, or even hay, so that the donkey could eat.
Interesting. And what is something that is celebrated by everyone?
La Befana. This is an old legend and tradition that comes from the Romans. It has very old roots, and today is celebrated the night between the 5th and 6th of January. La Befana is an old woman who flies on a broom, and during her night, she leaves candy and sweets to all children. But if someone behaved badly during the year, she only leaves either coal or garlic. This holiday is celebrated in the whole country, and nowadays there is a saying about it that says that La Befana takes away all the holidays. And that is because normally winter break for students ends the 6th of January.
Fascinating. But all this talking about sweets and candy made me hungry. Could we go eat something?
Yeah, I'm quite hungry too. What do you think we should eat, Jove?
Well, we have a lot of options here. If you want to eat something more traditional and classic, we can eat a pizza.
Pizza!
Yes, that's the go-to, together with pasta alla carbonara and pasta matriciana. But we could also eat something that maybe you have never heard of, but it's still a very good Italian dish, like risotto alla milanese, which is also called saffron risotto. It is a very old recipe, but still very popular and loved in Italy.
It would be nice to try something different for once. I feel like when it comes to Italian food, everyone thinks of pizza and pasta. But I want to know this culture better, so I'll go with that.
Pizza!
Or maybe you could try arancini. That is another Italian delicacy. There are bowls of rice with meat sauce, peas and cheese. And they are fried. They come from Sicily.
Oh, it's too difficult. I don't know what I want. There is too much to choose.
I want the fried stuff.
You guys could try both. And we could end our meal with a typical Sicilian almond granita.
Great idea.
Fantastic. Well, we should get going then. I don't want to keep you guys here forever. I know you have a lot of traveling to do, and even if being on time is not one of the main characteristics of Italians, I'll do my best to keep up with your schedule.
Oh, that is very considerate of you, but I think at this point we'll leave tomorrow. Do you maybe have a place where we could stay?
Iris. I'm sorry, Jove. We don't want to be a burden. We'll find something out on our own.
Are you kidding? It is not a problem at all. We Italians love to host people. We love company, and having friends over is one of the best thing we could ask for. Besides, I know just the right place where you can spend the night. The Pantheon.
That sounds familiar.
Well, maybe it's because it comes from the Greek word pantheon, which, as you know, means all gods.
Oh, yes.
It's one of the main monuments here in Rome. It was built as a place of prayer and faith, a temple. People used to go there to pray the gods they believe in. Some prayed me, some Minerva, some other Diana, and so on. Now it's become a Catholic church. You know, Italy is a very religious country, and with the Pope and all, religion plays a very important role in the life of many. Italians are mostly Christians, but there are other few minor religions. But we, ancient gods, have become a sort of myth, a legend, not something to have faith in. But it doesn't matter. They still love us and take great interest in us, so it's all good. I'm sure you like it there.
Well, that's very kind of you. And you gave us lots and lots of great points for the Utopia.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No need for thanking. It's the least I could do. So, what's your next destination?
I'll keep our next stop a surprise.
Oh, a surprise, huh?